a website called All About the Tea.
Told All About the Tea that during the fight,
Hey teacups, it's your girl Monica. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. Joining me tonight are Teacup affiliates, Schoolboy. Hey Schoolboy.
Hey y'all.
Hey. And we also have the Bishop in the building. Hey Bishop.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Look at God. How y'all doing tonight?
Feeling blessed.
And highly favored, huh?
Yes.
I know that's right. I know that is right. All right, y'all. Let's get into this tea. Oh my goodness. So my inbox, my DMs, the email, the Twitter, everything has been blowing up all day with people sending me this video of Martell Holt going off on Melody. And he's pulled the kids into it, right? First and foremost, let me get some formalities out of the way. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, go on and bang that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the piping hot tea that we serve on this channel. Teacups. On the agenda tonight, Melody Holt gets exposed as a bad mother who doesn't bathe her kids. And I know that sounds bad, but you know, this is what Martell is alleging. Okay, so Love and Marriage Huntsville star Martell Holt, his life is falling apart on and off camera as his messy divorce from Melody and ongoing custody battle spills over into social media. Now Martell is accusing Melody's brother Marcus of beating his kids and Melody of being a negligent mother. According to Martell, Mel's brother Marcus called his kids retarded. That's what he's saying. He said, that's what he's saying. He said he called the kids retarded. I hate that word. That is such an ugly and derogatory word to use. And according to Martell, Marcus put hands on his kids. Martell posted a disturbing video today, like I said, of him questioning his children about what Uncle Marcus has said and done to them. And Martell also accuses Melody of not bathing their daughter on a regular basis and leaving all his kids with a babysitter who lives in a tiny apartment for days without his consent or knowledge. Why don't we check on our folks before we go any further? Let's do the roll call, shall we? Yeah.
Roll call, it's a roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We want to hear what you got to say. Teacups, turn them up, what you sipping on today. Roll call, it's the roll call.
You like that, don't you? You like that roll call.
Oh, I love that song.
The beat is kind of dope. I got to tell you the little details behind the beat offline. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Plez was having some technical difficulties, but she is now here joining us. Hey, Plez.
Hey, Plez.
Hey. All right. So we have Soul Star, music lover in the building. Hey, Soul Star. Leslie Ann Kennedy. Hey, Leslie. Belltown Daisy. Danielle Dixon. Shalon Jones. R. Manuel. C. Rich. Marcella. Hey, boo.
Hey.
Look at Marcella showing up and showing out with the super chats, child. Thank you, Miss Marcella. What's so crazy? The show hasn't started yet, and you judging. Watch the show tonight, then judge. If you don't like All About the Tea, leave. Gosh, unhappy, judgy folks. Well, Marcella, that's life. You know, what are we gonna do? You know, judgy folks, unhappy folks, they make the world go around, right?
Them judging Judies.
Oh, child, my goodness. Latanja, that's a pretty name. Hey, Latanja, Veronica, Mercy, Blessings, Kizia, I think I said your name right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mercy, Ada, Perfectly Welcome. Who else is on here? Let me see. Perfectly Imperfect. Dr. Kai. Hey, Dr. Kai, you're always here. All right. Yes, Marcella. Yes. Here she go again. Marcella be showing out, okay? This is sisterly love. She generally just loves us. Marcella, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Teacups, I'm watching with you tonight. Hey, fun auntie with you in the comments. I know that's right. She definitely is the fun auntie, okay?
She that auntie you drink.
I want to go to Marcella's house, okay? I can smoke a weed over there. I want to go to Marcella's house. Auntie Marcella is, I love her. Excuse me. Dion Palmer, welcome. There's so many people here tonight. Marta Whitman. Hey, Marta. All right, let me see here. Empress Leach, thank you so much for the super chat, my love. We appreciate you. As well as Ronell. Hey, Ronell Nelson. This is not the same Ron. No, that's Ronin, right? That's Ronin. This is Ronell. He is effing delusional. Wasn't he leaving the kids with Tisha without Mel's consent? I am confused as F. Yeah, there seems to be a double standard with Martell. You know, there's no rhyme or reason for me anyway with the things that he does. So let me continue on with the report. As we know, we all watch the show, fans of the show. Martell he continuously make attempts to dodge his responsibility for his actions. His mother tries to hold him accountable, but he's continuously threatening Mel, trying to expose Mel, and he puts a lot of cheating accusations on Mel. Now he's saying she's an unfit mother. And I don't know if this is a ploy maybe for his sole custody. Who knows with this man? You never know. But I'm going to go ahead and play the video. And just a FYI, myself or no one on this panel has created this video. We didn't contact Martell and ask him to make the video. This is solely Martell's feelings. Let me share my screen. I'm just gonna put out the disclaimer because, you know, people like to blame stuff on you like you have a part in it. And this is not my family.
Wednesday morning, guys. Seems like today is gonna be a beautiful day. A beautiful day. We're here to take these amazing children to school. I got some disturbing news from my children on last night. Oh my God, it feels so good out here. Yeah, I got some disturbing news, you know, for good morning. The dog's giving me a good morning. Wake up. Guys, tell you, when I wake up, I love to come outside and look at this beautiful view. It's like refreshing, right? I got a little disturbing news. You know, the kids were telling me several things while they haven't been in my presence. But good morning. Good morning. Know that Melody's brother, you know, started posting pictures of, you know, like all of us and stuff like that back in the day. I guess, you know, showing that he's been around for quite some time. That's cool. Hey guys. You ready to roll? Hey guys. You guys say that Uncle Marcus hit y'all? Okay. So who did he hit?
Me and Tank.
He hit you and Tank. Okay, my thing is, you know, if someone is
touching us.
Thank you, sweetheart. But listen, I don't think no one should be touching your children, especially when you they have a mom and they have a dad. Anything ever goes wrong, that phone call needs to be made. And also, if you're not teaching my children anything, if you're not putting any value into my children, you definitely don't need to be touching them. Guys, they're just asking, What all has Uncle Marcus taught you guys?
Nothing.
No, seriously. I mean, like, what has he, like, taught you guys since you guys been visiting with Mom?
He been,
What has he taught you guys?
taught us nothing, but always tells us to turn off the light when we're done with them.
Oh, speaking of turning the lights out, y'all told me, what did he call y'all when y'all didn't turn the lights out?
Retarded.
He called my children retarded. Big no-no. Don't ever call children names like that, because that sticks with them. They told me this a while back, but I mean, I haven't addressed it, but I'm going to from here on out, guys. I'm going to address things like that. Touching my children, that's a big no-no. I'll be making a phone call this morning, because they just let me know this.
Last night.
No, it's not good. And let's see, because you know I got a list of things. So, what guys? What have Daddy taught you guys? Because I know I'm the ice cream boy, or something like that. But what honestly, guys, what has Daddy taught you guys?
How to swim, read, brush our teeth, put our clothes on, hang our clothes up.
Because I'm all about organization. I'm all about, you know, making sure things are in order. So, you know, sometimes kids don't want to. They don't want structure because you're teaching it to them right now. So, no, they might not want to be around that all the time. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm trying to make sure that my children are raised in an environment where they'll be able to be productive citizens. And, like, if anything were to happen, they'll be able to be self-sufficient. They'll be able to live without any assistance. Because, Mariah, hold on, it's okay, sweetheart. Malia, it's okay. Malia, it's okay. But it's like, so who knows how to cook? Who knows how to cook in here?
Me.
Who taught you guys how to cook?
Dad.
What else have Daddy taught you guys? You guys, Martell, you know how to drive? Well, all y'all know how to drive, right? All y'all know how to drive, like RZRs and things like that, four-wheelers, right?
Yeah. I can drive your car, Dad.
So it's like, you know, I've taught my kids, you know, how to pray. You know, start off with, hold on, Lonnie. Hold on, sweetheart. Oh, give her a cup, Martell. Give her a cup, Martell. Oh, sit down, Leah. So we can get her to go, guys. We still got plenty of time. But, you know, I've taught my kids everything, you know, structure. When you guys come in the house, what do you got? When y'all come into Daddy's house, what you do first?
Take our shower.
But first you do what?
Eat.
No.
No. Put our clothes in the washer machine.
When they first enter the house, you know, they gotta put their clothes in the wash machine, right? Jump straight in the shower. Let's do homework. Let's read. Let's, you know, for bed, you know, we pray, you know? So it's like, you know, you have to instill certain things, qualities into these kids, whether they like it right now or not, because they don't understand. But as time progresses, they'll be very thankful. Very thankful. So, I tell you, you know, if you're going to, you know, reprimand children and things like that, you have to be instilling certain qualities in the kids. Hey guys, have Uncle Marcus ever read to you guys?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Has he ever prayed with you guys?
No, sir.
Has he, Mariah? I'm just asking, has he? Does Daddy read to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Do Daddy pray with you guys at night?
Yes, sir. Like last night.
No. There's no acting over here, guys. There's no acting. And then, too, another thing that just disturbed me on yesterday, I found out that Melody, she dropped my children off. This was Sunday. Dropped my children off with all four of my children with a female babysitter who has a child. So there's 5 kids for her. That's 5 kids for her in an apartment, right? And Melody goes to a whole nother state. Guys, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. But Melody goes to a whole nother state. And she hasn't come back to this day. And today is Wednesday. So she goes to a whole nother state. Don't even let me know, just in case anything would have happened to my children. That's one thing about it. I know we're going through a divorce. We're separated. But my kids 24/7. They're my kids 24/7. So if you're going to a whole nother state and you're going to leave my 4 children here with a single female with a child, what kind of sense does that make? And not letting the dad know of what's going on. That's crazy. And then she still don't come in town to pack their clothes, to get things in order. No, she has a baby. She has a babysitter, you know, get things together. But it's just her with four of my children. And not only that, it's like now all four of my kids coming to me with dirty clothes. You know, hey, I have no problem. I wash clothes every single day. I love order. I love structure. I love neatness, cleanness, and all that kind of stuff. I instilled all that into my children. You know, you'll see my kids like hugging. You'll see them being very, you know, they're well mannered. You know, yes sir, no ma'am. You know, they'll greet you with a hug and things of that nature. Yeah, I instilled those qualities into them. No one else, me. So, and yeah, I mean, if you go send kids over here, you know, we got it 50% of the time. Yeah, make sure that my children come over here with clean clothes and things like that. Don't add extra onto anybody. No, don't do that. Let me go down this list. Oh, and to top it off, I'm gonna speak on everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I see all y'all fans out there. You know, root for me. That's good. Root for her. You know, got a song coming out. You know, that's you know, they're still sharing business. So I don't want nobody saying that, oh, you shouldn't bring it to social media, leave y'all business between y'all. No, we stopped leaving our business amongst each other a long time ago. Okay, so I don't sing, I don't rap, but guess what? I have a mouth, and here we go. Okay, and so another thing that bothered me so badly, you know, my kids told me that mommy only gave my baby girl she only bathed her like one time since she's been with them. And she was with them, 7 days? You know, we have 7 days. I take that back. She didn't bathe her. The last time she bathed her was Thursday. And I got my kids on Monday. We go speak it. Men, if any men listen to this, women want to, not us to be, you know, responsive. They don't want us to say anything. They want us to be quiet while they drag us through social media, while they drag us through life, and we just sit back and be quiet, because when we speak, it's us acting like a female. You know what? I'm all male. I'm all man. But I tell you what, I'm going to speak. I'm going to defend myself, and I'm going to let the truth be told. I don't care if any of y'all, I don't care about y'all being on my side. You guys, I don't care. But guess what I am going to do? I'm going to put the truth out there. From here on out, I'm not going to think twice. I'm putting the truth out there, because I think this is where everybody comes to social media to put everything out. I've been on social media now for a little over 2 years. A little over 2 years. The only reason I'm on social media too is because of what? My TV show, Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's the reason I'm on social media, because of that. You know, it's a lot of mess goes on here. But since I'm here and everything's been talked about me on social media, so now I'm going to defend myself. And I'm not going to think twice about it. And I'm going to put the truth out. You know, it's going to be truth in that song, so I'm going to put truth right here. Just period. And, yeah. And that is it. So while Marcus, talking to you, so while you posting pictures, showing stuff, yeah, keep your hands to yourself. Don't ever touch Martell Holt's kids.
All right. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. That was a lot. It was a lot. Schoolboy, what are your thoughts?
You left your kids in the car to get out the car to talk mess about your ex-wife. And if you're so concerned about your children, sir, in your divorce, what you should have done was call your lawyer, discuss it with your lawyer, got a mediator, and took legal action. You don't get my mind if this is such a concern for you. It blows my mind, the ignorance and the narcissism. And at this point, this is not even narcissism. To me, this is just mental health. Bro, you need therapy. You need therapy. Because at any point in time that you would do this to, regardless of what you and Mel have been through, okay? We only see it through the lens of TV. we don't know these people. I don't know these people personally. Okay, I know a lot of people live in Huntsville. They, they'll say different things on, social media. I don't know these people personally, but what I do know is that you are setting your children up to be embarrassed, ridiculed, teased by other children, and everything else. And it sounded to me, honestly, very, very coerced. Okay, because them kids was answering questions as if they were told to answer them. It sounded really robotic to me. Now, I'm not a parent. I'm not a parent. But my thing is this: you don't handle your business like that. Regardless of whatever you beefed out with the mother, you handle that in another way. But you don't get on social media. He crying about a song. He done left the kids with the car running so he can go stand outside and talk and downgrade mental. What? I still don't understand. What is this getting you, sir? Except for making you look like a plum ass fool. You look like a fool, sir. And your mother should be embarrassed to even have a child like you on online and on national TV, just trying to berate this woman. You that mad because she don't want you? You that mad? I feel sorry for the children, because at the end of the day, he's using these kids as pawns, and you don't do that. You keep these kids up out of your mess. But sir, you are the one with the community dick. Do they know that they got a sibling? Is my question. Do they know about your dirt? Because you ready to blast their mama in front of them, but are you really ready to own your ish? Because you're the cause, sir. This is just trash. And honestly, people kept sending this to me, and every time I kept getting a new notification, it just kept making me mad, because I don't understand. Black men want to be held on such high regard, but then y'all don't treat black women with respect either. That goes both ways.
Absolutely. What stood out to me is he kept mentioning order and cleanliness and all this other stuff. But are Ariane's comforter, is it clean? I highly doubt it. I would imagine if we put it under a DNA microscope or something, we might find some cum stains. But anyway, I digress. Plez, what are your thoughts?
Not the Monica Lewinsky Black Light Special. Jesus. What was that show that used to come on MTV? Never mind, I digress. They used to go through with a black light, and it would be funny. But anyway,
the room raiders.
Yes. Oh, the early 2000s, such a wonderful time. Okay, I have so many thoughts. The first thought: does this man not own anything that fits? First it was the suits and the dress shirts. You have athletic wear that cuts off your circulation. I'm sure if he dropped the camera a little bit lower, it probably was a crop top. If not a crop top, it definitely snapped in the middle, in the crotch. It definitely snapped. Because there has to be some type of explanation for him to be doing this crap. Trying not to cuss on here. Jesus, he makes you cuss. The next thing was, you may not have a song, you might kind of sing a rap, but you are definitely the choir director. I see you, Martell. Those children were in unison. Let's say it together, kids. Read, swim, teach us how to pray. They were on cue, in complete synchronization. Like, did we know you rehearsed this beforehand, sir? It's the complete manipulation of these children, and these children will be traumatized. Like, you are a whole grown man pitting these children against their uncle. Now, let's be clear. If Marcus is over there posting pictures because Martell said you ain't been around that long, that's petty too. I need Marcus to stop it. Like, it's silly, because at this point we know who Martell is. So why somebody has to be the adult? Can we get an adult in these children's lives? Because at this point, everybody is failing them for the most part, and I'm very disappointed. To say that he's hitting them, if you were really concerned that someone was hitting your children, which you're basically saying abusing, And I believe, we from the South. We believe in a good love tap. We believe in a good little spank if I've told you to do something 2, 3, 4, 5 times and you don't know how to listen. So if you don't want that to happen, one, you need to talk to your wife, ex-wife, whatever at this point. 2, if it's that serious, call DCFS. Go to the appropriate authorities. It ain't us on social media. Next, he keeps trying to act like Mel has no good qualities, nothing about her. Yet you married her and raised 4 children with her. To sit there and say, they say yes ma'am, no ma'am, because I taught them. So she didn't teach them no manners. And I know that's not correct because we've seen her correct them on the show and get them together regarding their manners. So for you to take all of this credit, like, I'm the only one who teaches them anything good, it's because of me. When were you teaching them all this good stuff? Because you was at Arion's house a lot of the time for the last 5 years. Little Malaya, she's 5. So I can pretty much say with like assurance that a lot of her manners came from her mama, not from her daddy, because he wasn't there most of the time. The last thing that really stuck out to me was this Mitch made a list. Did y'all hear that? Like when he got out of the car, he literally was like, let me check my list and make sure I said everything. You made a list? Like you was going to the grocery store? Like you Santa Claus? You telling us if Mel has been naughty or nice? Sir, I need you to do better and quit trying to assert your manhood. You may have double X chromosomes, but that makes you a boy at best. You are nobody's man. Not at all. Men do not do this. I'm sorry. Men can defend themselves. Men can show love to their children. Men can be concerned about their children. Men can raise their children. But no man I know would get on social media on a random day with a 10+ minute video to disparage their ex-wife and say she don't give children baths. Are you serious?
Yeah, it was pretty excessive. It was excessive and it was pretty disturbing. And I wasn't really sure if I was going to report on it today, but I think that our teacups, the panel, we need to address it. Martell, because he went ahead and deleted the video. Thank goodness I downloaded it and saved it. Yeah, he wanted to put it out there, put things in the universe, brainwash a few people that are his fans, and then delete it and act like he never said anything. But no, it's out there, and we're here to report it, and we're going to do that. Bishop, what are your thoughts on the video?
It was very, I said it's very interesting because it was just crazy. You could tell it was rehearsed. Just the simple fact how he's walking out the door, he's like, "Oh, I need to go take my kids, I guess, to school or whatever." And then I realized that they were in the car, and I'm like, "Okay." And then they sitting there and they standing in position, and then when they were talking, it sounded like they went over this like 3 or 4 times before they actually pressed record.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, okay, this is kind of weird. And my problem with this is, whatever issues you have with Melody, because this is a new generation of people. I know I'm a part of the generation, but I don't think like most of my generation where I'm going to post something so derogatory about a person I once was with and I have children with. I don't think I want y'all in my business like that. And that's just me, just how I am. I don't want people in my business like that. I'm going to edit what y'all going to see online. But for him to do that, and I understand he's on Love and Marriage Huntsville because it is a reality show. So most of the time, these reality people come on their social medias to go back and forth with one another. But I was sitting there thinking, like, you're actually going through a real divorce, a real marriage that you had before Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's not like you're like a Cynthia Bailey and got married on the show. You actually were married before this show. And I understood what he was saying, that everything was off, nothing was private after, coming on the show. and they had their little back and forth. But my thing is, why do you need to include the children in this? Like, if you're going to say what Uncle Marcus did, you could have done that without the kids in kids there. You could have just said, you know what, I'm putting it out there. This dude trying to act like he's the uncle of the year. If you want to be petty like that, you just have this conversation with your fans on the social media, and you say what you need to say. But my thing is, what's up with all the extras? Like, to me, like it came off too extra for me. It's like, just say what you need to say and move on. But it just like what Player says, all these people failed these children, all of them, every single one of them, and it's annoying to me because they're not thinking about these kids have to see this, and it's sad to me because if I was one of them, I would say, look, we could sling mud at one another on the show to make ratings because we all getting paid from this. But anything personal with the children, let's leave that out. And I would have had a conversation with the Uncle Mark and said, let's leave some of the stuff out with the children thing. We don't need to do the kitty thing.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think the children were afraid of him. Martell and those big muscles, to the children, he probably looks like the Incredible Hulk. So in their minds, they're under duress. They have to go along with it. They have to agree. They know they have to play it up. When Mel spoke to the children with the counselor or the author of that book, they were more relaxed. They seemed more honest. They didn't seem under duress like they seemed in the car. Like, if they disagreed with daddy and said something nice about mommy, the Incredible Hulk was going to beat them up. Honestly, with all them big muscles and stuff, he's physically intimidating. My dad was like that. We knew, like when my mom and dad would argue and stuff like that, when you're with your mother, you agree with her. And when you're with daddy, you agree with daddy. I just feel so bad for those children, being put in the middle like this, like pawns and stuff. It's sad. It's beyond sad. Thank you to all the people in the chat that said, Monica, I'm glad you did the video. I'm glad you, covered this topic tonight. Because I had a few people come at me very nasty. But, a lot of people don't read beyond a headline. And I'm used to that, running a blog. I've had that for years. They will argue you down about a topic, and you'll ask them, well, did you read the blog? Because that's exactly what I said in the blog. So thank you to those folks. Oh my goodness. Now, does anyone on the panel feel this is a setup, a ploy that he's using to fight for full custody? Schoolboy, sound off. What are your thoughts?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not how you go about it. He could have called Matt Barnes. He could have called Chris Brown. I mean, entertainers have gone through this now, and men are actually getting full. He could have called Omarion. Omarion been Ray Charles to all the BS that's happened with April the entire time, has kept his peace. He has never talked nasty about his baby mother, even though I was watching the episode on Monday, and she's still talking about him. He has kept it cute and kept it mute. There is a way that you handle things, and if you're really going for full custody, you're really handling the legal in the correct way, you don't get online showing your ass. This was absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know what, like I said, I don't get his mindset or what he thinks he's trying to gain, but it's like an ego gut punch. It's like when a woman leaves a man, and she's been there for years, and she's allowed him to just keep dogging her out. And then the one day the light bulb clicks and she gets her stuff together and she's out the door, and he really got to sit there and stew and deal with himself, because I know he ain't always up in coleslaw's bed every night. He's probably, dipping and dabbing here and there, but he don't got no peace. That's his problem. He don't have peace in his mind, because he knows this is karma for all the things he has done. And when you ain't got no peace, you'll make chaos in anybody's life. And that's all it is. He knows that Mel has moved on. She's thriving. He thought she was going to break and going to come back because she has done it so often. Oh, well, she be gone about a month. She going to come back. This time she broke, and she broke for real. She didn't come back. And that's blowing his ego. I'm telling you, I've been around dudes like that. Let that woman leave. They be talking all that mess, but when she leave, they be crying like Jodeci, begging talking about they want him back, but instead his ego won't allow him to do that. So instead he just becomes a straight up jerk. And now you involving your children in it. And it's a mess. The man needs therapy. I'm sorry. He needs therapy, and he needs to be serious about the stuff and really get it. Because I don't care who he with. He could be with coleslaw. He can be with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. He ain't never gonna have peace until he get peace with himself. And it's a damn shame the kids, is a part of the mess. And, just like Pleasant Bishop said, the kids are the ones that are being failed by all of the adults in the situation. From the uncle to the grandparents to the mother, they're all being failed. And it's sad. And we watching this on national TV and on the internet play out.
It is very sad. Plus, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is a ploy that Martell is using to fight for full custody? Even though I personally don't feel he wants it, but he's trying to maybe use that full custody ploy to hurt Melody. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, he doesn't want the children. He just wants to hurt her. But yes, he's absolutely, this is something that he's going to try to use and bring up in court, saying that she leaves them wherever and doesn't contact him. Unfortunately for him, what he doesn't realize is he's actually hurting himself more than he's hurting. He's hurting himself more than he's helping himself. Courts will not look upon these types of actions favorably, particularly because they're public. Bottom line, in a child custody case, it all boils down to what is the best interest of the child, or in this case, the children. This is not in their best interest at all, particularly with them being so young. He's on camera, obviously and clearly, manipulating. You call it intimidation. It is a little intimidating. Because he is their authority figure. He's their parent figure. They love him, so they automatically want to please him. I don't know about Alabama law, but definitely in Mississippi law, he would already be behind the 8 ball, because if they were going for an at-fault divorce, he would be at fault with his adultery, and his adultery is now proven with his outside child. So he's already fighting from a zero position, really. And this is definitely not helping him any further. It's not going to cast him in a good light, because he's so delusional and narcissistic. He thinks it is. I don't even, judges at their age, the children likely would not be called upon, even in court, to testify. So to see him do that to them outside of court and then put it out for public fodder, it's terrible, and no judge is going to give him kudos for that.
Yeah. Did you notice when he started talking about Mel and the babysitter, he started doing it in front of the kids. Then he realized he was videotaping it.
Mm-hmm.
So then he got up and exited the car, because he doesn't want us public to see him talking bad about Mel in front of the kids, but it's something normal for him. That's what he does. He speaks poorly of the mother in front of the children. And I think that's extremely disgusting and so damaging to those babies. Bishop, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is a ploy to get full custody?
I think it's a ploy just to make her look bad, because he has been looking bad on TV for the past 2 or 3 years. So it's this way of trying to make her look bad to the public. Yeah, I remember I told you when we first started covering it that, or when we started talking about it as a group, was that the fact that he was doing, she beat him to the punch, because I believe they did tit for tat for a long time before TV came into play. But she was smarter, because she knew this was her exit route. Hey, let me make him look bad in front of his colleagues and everybody on TV, since he had been cheating on me for 5 years. And his cheating claim, I believe him and Mel's the same person, not as far as he is. Now, he's a little too far with the narcissistic stuff, but I do believe, like-minded people attract one another. So she probably wasn't sexually satisfied. And she like, this ninja who ain't sexually satisfied me is cheating on me, had nerve cheat on me. Oh, I could up one him. And she seemed like the type that would sneak around, but again, she beat him to the punch. So it's perception. So now he's trying to run and say she did all these bad things. Of course, it's a marriage. Things happen in marriages, but you already look bad. Your side chick came out. People around talking around your town say you cheated. We can't find one shred of evidence that she is, my brother. And the stuff she told herself, she offered to the people because she's smart, because she's editing herself. She said, I emotionally cheated. However you want to look at it. This happened after he did this to me. So she looks like the winner. So with him, he's not thinking because he's slow. He don't understand. Once someone beats you to the punch, now you got to play up to the audience and say, you know what? I was a bad guy. Please forgive me, you guys. And he don't know if he was smart, if he would have done that, the audience would have forgave him and would have been more on sympathetic for him. Like, what's wrong with Melody? This guy is a nice guy, but he went so far to where he wanted to go even further. And it's like, bruh, you look crazy. And to me, if I was a judge, I'd be like, I watched this show. You crazy, dude. Like, and you're on social media doing this. Do you think that's in the best interest of the kids? Like, I wouldn't be on your side. Just the track record you're showing. So he's doing it all wrong. And if she did cheat, she's gone. She left you. It's over. So it's no longer cheating at this point. She's gone. So I don't get what he's trying to do. It's crazy.
Just somehow clean up his mess, make himself look better by throwing that out there. Mel's already said that the time when she was involved with someone else, they had separated. Mm-hmm. So I mean, who knows? Who really knows? Joanna Morris, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. Woo child a mess. Thank you so much for the super chat. I like that name. Martell is such a messy bottom. Ooh, yeah. Marsha is messy.
A messy bottom?
A messy. No,
he do give bottom vibes.
A power bottom at that.
He too small to be a top.
Yeah, and all those muscles. Yeah, with all those muscles, there's not much she's working with meat-wise down there. When they're built up like that,
it's like inches off.
Yes. Mm-hmm. All those 8-packs, it puffs out, so everything else recedes in. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He needs some spins.
Did you see him? Did you recognize him addressing us? Y'all will say that I'm a woman or whatever, or I act like a woman, but I don't care.
He watched the show.
But you do, sir. You up here crying in the crop top, like players said, in the crop top.
That snaps at the bottom.
You outside
Lord.
crying. So about the dogs hear me. I'm like, yeah, they know dogs because you a dog.
Oh.
They know their own people. They probably know
his friends. That's his people, right?
The K9 unit.
Oh my
they God. Like, yeah, man, I got some outside kids too. They down the street.
No outside kids. Hey, my love.
Hey, Marcella.
Y'all know that I am so sensitive about this. Yeah. Martell with his mangina had these children recite, rehearse, and say this in unison. That's one. And two, the kids wasn't in a seatbelt. That's two. You're talking about alleged abuse. There needs to be a guardian ad litem appointed immediately. These kids are going to have trauma because guess what? He gets them for 2 weeks, drilling them with what he want them to say, and then she gets them and try to mainstream them. And then they go home and tell mommy everything daddy said, and she is trying to just keep it together. But he is jealous because y'all just don't realize last year Melanie was already planning on leaving him. She had all the business partners come to her. She changed passwords. She started selling stuff while they were still together. So he missed out on all of that. And Ariane better be careful, because honey, the games he playing with Melanie, he will master with her. Melanie is about to leave him dead and dry. And guess what? He's not thinking about that he is a business, a brand, and people don't want to do business with Messy Marvin. Okay? He's talking about Melanie brother only because he's gay, and that he feel that whatever his name is, Marcus, man, is a good parent for them. Children need discipline. So if he said turn out the lights and go to bed, that's what they need to do. It shouldn't be that they're listening to Uncle Marcus and Daddy don't like it. Daddy forget that he fell into the gap for 5 years with that girl Ariane. But Ariane better be careful, because she started messing with him because of his fame and money. That is about to dwindle. And guess what? He not going to be living over there in her little apartment, not apartment, because she's still living in an apartment. The only thing he has given her is some Johnson Johnson and a car that is probably leased. Melanie got to take it off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so mad at him. Oh my God. I mean, he said that she cheated. Then he said she didn't cheat. Melanie really didn't cheat. He's already pegged as a liar.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? He want Melanie back now, but he thought that she wasn't going to go. She's going to go, and y'all, she going to get a better husband. You watch and see. And Martell going to be seasoned.
Well, I would like to say, Marcella, that was a phallus, what you just said. A man with Big Johnson energy don't act like that.
No, they don't.
They don't.
And I don't even got a Johnson, and I know that. With his little Johnson and Johnson, since he out here, he act like he got a monthly period.
Yes.
Oh,
he really does.
He going through DMS. He need to really see somebody about that.
DMS.
Sir,
yeah,
you know what? Cute Beyonce upgrade you, because Melanie about to upgrade. And he probably mad every time he look at her online. She looking good, stress free,
hosting shows, doing singing. She's hosting shows. She about to jet and be good at it.
Well,
y'all see how fast she dissolved her makeup business. She just said, he said, I want half. She said, dissolved. That means she stopped selling stuff a year ago. There's nothing to split.
Yeah. Y'all,
what really bothers me though is like trying to paint her as either being negligent or just flat out nasty, as Monica said in this headline, child. Because what people don't realize, especially in male-female relationships, if she that nasty, you laid up with her and married her for how many years?
Thank you.
Yeah.
How many years, sir?
And
exactly how long has she not been bathing your children? Because I don't think she would have just started with the 1-year-old. So that was fine. In fact, you were fighting to get it back. It seems like you're still fighting to get it back. If the girl told you she would take you back tomorrow, you'd be back calling Ariane Mo Pheasant and Peasant, excuse me, and then leaving that poor son to fend for himself, I guess. That is my other concern. Where's your other child? How his mama doing? She doing a good job so far?
You don't never be with that baby. Let me shut up.
And I mean, even not on the show, because we know Melody ain't gonna allow it on the show. But social media, we ain't seen your son yet, and you're such a wonderful father. But you parade these other ones out whenever you feel so inclined. With schoolboy PMS, Pissy Martell syndrome.
Well, he called the other child a mistake.
Yeah, he did.
So, I mean, after that, Ariane has no conscience. She has zero common sense, but at least she knows to keep her child away from social media. Hopefully, after he called the baby a mistake, he really is. I mean, can you imagine? You just had a baby with this man, and he's calling your child a mistake. Marcella, my love, thank you so much for calling in. I'm going to put you in the backstage for a little bit, okay, my love?
Okay.
All right.
Listen, someone just sent me a photo of Martell's Manmeat and what he's working with. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull it up. I mean, I know it's not after dark, but brace yourselves. Cocktail wiener.
It's a Vienna sausage.
Cocktail wiener. Yeah.
Little wiener.
Yeah.
Y'all are so dirty.
I know. I'm like, it don't look like
that.
it hasn't taken a bath in a few days either.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is some nasty sauce.
Some dirty peen. You know he's
Dirty lump and bump. Lump and
Well,
bump.
I want Mel to be healed from this and then continue the show. But I also would like her to say, you know what? Go ahead and bring Ariana on the show and let her get some taste of this fame. Because she ain't gonna like what the folks gonna say. Now that's how I would play it. I like let them come on since I'm over this person. Let the other person come on and let people drag them.
That means I gotta pay her out of my budget, not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Not on my coin.
Better start you a YouTube channel like everybody else.
Yeah, Mel's not gonna go for that. You know, she's an executive producer. She ain't trying to have it. Hi, Miss Catherine. How are you?
I'm okay. Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
I love your voice.
But I want to start out by saying, first of all, when I saw the headline, I was like, please tell me that this isn't happening. And then when the show started, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Now, since Martell wants to go ahead and use social media to have his Santa's list of transgressions for her, now you want to delete it? I'm gonna post it, then delete it for me. Actually, you're gonna go ahead and if she's so bad, you have this laundry list. You start out with the kids. I had a military father, okay? My father wasn't abusive, but he was strict, and you knew that look. Like I said, don't I make you go to sleep on time? Yes, sir. I guess. And that's how those children looked. I would say it was rehearsed. It's a pattern of when they're with him, how they act. You know, they feel like because dad's here, I know I have to act this way. They seem more relaxed with their mom. But this whole thing of both of them going to social media, I feel so sorry for these children. Kids nowadays know everything about everything. So now these children are going to have to go to school. Now you done told them that they dirty, that their mama ain't keeping them clean. So now the kids are going to have to deal with that. At this point, take the kids off the show. Just take them off the show altogether. This is Martell trying to get back at her because she finally moved on. Her no meant no this time. It didn't mean maybe, and he can't handle it. So that's all.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely take the kids off the show at this point
Yes.
because as the older they get, the more they're going to be bullied and teased. And, kids at 5 and 6 got phones now, so it's nothing for kids to pull up a YouTube and see, oh, your daddy was out here talking about your mom,
I mean, if they're on TikTok, they've, probably seen all the TikToks made of daddy and the girlfriend. It's just really sad. But you're right. That's a good point.
That's the key. You're focusing so much on these other children. You have a whole other child.
Yeah.
You're daddy of the year. Well, then how come that baby ain't in a car seat? Did I miss her? What or him? Were they hiding behind somebody? How dare you?
They weren't going nowhere except rehearsing a scene.
They're homeschooled. They go to school online.
Right.
He was like, we got plenty of time. He kept saying that we got plenty of time because they were going to go right back in the house and load up their laptops and get ready for school.
The kids had to log in. He out here fool online with these kids in the car.
And then, was anybody else concerned about Poe Malani? What was happening with her? Because
He was throwing up.
I'm like, is the baby choking or something? Because she was like, Daddy. He was like, it's okay. I'm like,
yeah, no, she was throwing up.
To see if she
He's like, Daddy, look. And he's like, she'll be all right. It's okay.
We're doing a scene.
Boy, last episode, didn't we see that? Which one of the babies said, he's Ice Cream Boy? Calling
Malia.
Yeah,
okay.
The one standing up.
Yeah, the 5-year-old.
Ice Cream Boy. Oh, it's the Ice Cream Boy for me, but now I'm a stellar father. I got you. It's good.
Father of the year, honey. Father of the year.
You know who told it on their face? It was the son in the back seat. If you watched it, he was highly disturbed. He actually wasn't saying nothing in unison. It was the
Right.
girls, and
Martell.
yeah, and he was just looking like, you are you crazy? And because I tell y'all about the opposite sex child, they're more geared towards the opposite sex parent. So the girls are gonna do whatever their dad say because they're looking to him as the man figure in their life. But the boy, what he's looking at is how you treat my mama. If you treat my mama bad, it's like, what's wrong with you? And if if I see the way my mom acting, she's not acting accordingly. Mama, what you doing?
Yeah.
He said that on one of the episodes. I don't like my mommy sad.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
my
Oh,
mom sad. So
Yeah.
he already knows. My
yeah.
dad hurt my mom, and then you continue to do this. I feel so bad for these children, and at this point, it's just time to remove the children from the phone. It's
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Miss Catherine, for calling in. I love your voice. You're so
Yes.
yeah. You sound like an educator. Bye.
Bye.
Such a lovely lady.
She's sweet.
She really is. Very nice demeanor,
I
disposition.
say we pull up on Martell.
Well, he not worth it with his crazy fool my lie ass.
I don't know how you have male friends because, like I said before,
Oh,
dudes like him, I would karate chop them in the throat.
They must all act like them. A bunch of girls
They
get
got
together
to.
for a
Birds
tea
of a
party.
feather.
When he meets with his friends, it's a tea party. I mean, listen, it's a vibe. Thank you so much for the super chat. He did that already, then came back with a whole outside baby. That's Martell. Alita, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Marsha. T. Roney, thank you so much for the super chat. Marsha is like the high school boy who gets mad when a girl breaks up with him and says her privates has an odor, yet you kept sleeping with her. Yeah, so probably start saying that next. I mean, that sounds in line with a Martell, a Marsha way of thinking. He's so vengeful. Let me see who I'm gonna bring on here. Okay, you've been so patient. Hey, Loyana. How you
Hey
doing?
everybody, I miss you guys.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. Okay, Mr. Martell. I hope he is not slow enough to think that no judge has seen a case as such. The man cheats on the woman's like, forget it, we're done finally. And him screaming, I want the kids. It's not going to happen. It's really not, because the judge is really going to consider the fact that while he was supposed to be the man in the house, he was running around with some young lady for 5 years and created an outside baby within this time. So no one's going to consider him as to be a good father, a provider, kind of. But since Melody is the face of all the businesses, he's really not even a provider. So Martell needs to go on with himself, get him his whole life together. And I agree with my sister Aries, schoolboy. We need to roll up on that dude. Quick,
gang,
fast,
gang.
yes, just for a quick minute, and we can let him go on about his business. But another thing that bothers me, like someone said previously, I think it was Plez, where your other baby at? Mr. Father of the Year, how come they haven't met the new baby yet? Right? But I digress. Let him go on and do his thing. Let him keep screaming to the top how bad of a parent Melody is. And the judge is gonna, situate everything out and be like, okay, pay that woman however many dollars per month in child support. Everything else is gonna be dissolved, and have a good fucking day.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
Love you too.
All right, she dropped the mic on that one.
I had to go ahead and let it go.
Good night.
Like that before. And
Yeah.
my ex, he tried his best to make me look like I was running through these streets. And
Yeah.
our son looked just like that man. I had nobody else before, after. I was chilling. All I was doing was handling my business with that boy. And he's 20 years old now, and he is doing very well in college, and he's a college athlete. And that man got his chest sticking all the way out. And he takes back everything he ever said about me, honey. So, Melody,
excuse me.
she just said be pretty and just go and do her
Excuse-
thing.
Excuse me, ma'am. You have a 20-year-old?
I know. Can you believe
I'm
it?
I
so
thought
sweet.
you was like in your 30s.
No, and you are so sweet.
Black don't crack.
Yeah.
I really
I
did.
am
I was like,
almost-
what?
I'm close to
Yeah.
50. Matter of fact, this month I'll
What?
be 48.
What?
What
Whatever
are
you're
you
doing, keep doing it. Please keep doing it. Oh my
It's called being black.
yeah.
Nothing else.
Listen, that good black don't crack, okay?
I'm trying to tell you, keep it cool, keep it
Yeah.
casual.
I'm
Yes.
telling y'all, this is our best friend right here.
I know.
I love y'all too.
Is that the secret? Give me a
It's the
few gallons.
melanin.
That's another reason why the queen should have welcomed us into the castle. We could have refreshed that skin and that bloodline around there, honey, because they struggling.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't like to
Honey.
talk about looks, but I've seen some of these memes that Black Twitter put together of the royal family, and I'm like,
Ooh, child.
And they're everything, my God.
And they look
y'all need
bad.
some infusions over there, yeah.
They look like they've been smoking and drinking for years.
Oh yeah. I honestly think that Prince Charles he eats cement because he looked like something. He looks good to me. I really do.
He looked like he's finna die. Like
He looked like he's under the dirt, dead. He's been dead for 30 years. They dug him up and they bring him outside every time. He just looks like, oh, child. Don't he look dead?
He looked dried up. I don't know what's wrong with
Did you see his teeth all sharp? The teeth are all sharp.
Where do y'all? But where y'all think Count Dracula derived from?
Hey,
Yeah, you gotta
fool 'em.
You gotta
Fool 'em.
Transylvania, Romania.
Yeah, yeah, Transylvania, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense now. All right, Liliana, thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling in. You have a wonderful evening. Bye.
I love y'all.
Love you too.
Love you too. The interracial perspective. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, teacups. If you're enjoying the tea, go on and hit that like button. Support the channel. Thank you. We appreciate you. I just wanted to acknowledge Leslie Ann Kennedy. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says he's a lemon head demon.
Hey, don't tear up the lemon heads like that. I like that candy. Damn. Now I can't even eat lemon heads no more. Then mess up the thing.
He is a demon child. He really is. Okay.
More like a candy corn head.
Yeah.
He do act like a corn.
Yeah. But
Yes,
we'll never see that child because around Martell anyway, because that child represents just the destruction of his marriage, his mistake. So, it acknowledges he's the person that ruined the marriage. So I don't think we'll ever publicly see Martell maybe with that baby because it represents a lot of bad things for him. It makes him look like the bad guy. And he doesn't like to look like the bad guy.
Well,
right?
Ninja, you are.
Well, we know that, right? Everything's Mel's fault. So let me see.
That will make me respect him even less. And I didn't even know that was possible.
Oh,
Yeah. Hi, how you doing? We always see you in the chat. We finally get to see you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I love you all. I've been watching you all this pandemic time, and I feel like you all are my friends and my family.
We are.
So with Martell, to me, the color purple, there's a line from the color purple that's always appropriate for any occasion. And that would be what you've done to me, already done to you. It's like what he's doing, he doesn't even realize. He's so caught up in his ego and he doesn't even understand that this stuff is going to come back on him.
Yeah.
And those children are going to resent him once they grow up. It's like you can't do this kind of thing and think that you're going to just get away with it scot-free and nothing's going to happen to you and all these different things. And the other thing I wanted to address too, like, please guys, don't address him as a woman because that's insulting to me. I'm a woman and I don't do that.
Thank you. I said that before. I said
let's not do that. You know what I mean? He's not even qualified to be a woman. Okay. So the other thing is when he was talking about she's dropping the children off with my 4 children. She has your 4 children. What are you talking about? You dropping them off at Tisha's house with her other 3 children. And then I didn't understand what your point was with that. That just was like, okay, I'm not following you here. Well, I don't understand what that he just wants to win. He's not trying to really set a case for himself. He just wants to beat Mel. And as long as he can do that, he feels like he's winning, and he's not winning. And Arian needs to really pay attention because this is her future. So you're watching this come out, and he's going to do the very same thing to you that he's doing to her. And he really loved her. So what you think you're going to get? I'm just saying. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And just say that I really appreciate you all, and I love the show, and I'm going to keep watching and supporting.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. I see you in the chat all the time. It's just so nice to see you. And I like your cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
You have a good evening.
All right, you too. See ya.
All right.
My love. Bye. Koja Malik. Hey, how are you?
Hey.
You have yourself on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. I just have to, and I enjoy y'all so much, but I just have to let everybody know. They say judges won't give him custody. We're seeing this play out on television, but I promise you, I would love for everybody to go to Mothers Without Custody groups and Facebook. What Martell does works. We're seeing it, but the judges don't see this, and it works. And I will tell everybody to just Google parallel parenting. Mel is sentenced to a lifetime of hell. He will never stop because he is a narcissist. And it is going to be impossible to co-parent with him. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but when women think it can't happen in these type of cases, and I can't pull up where I pulled the statistic from, mothers are losing custody in 70% of cases. And people just really don't know. They say a judge will never. There are domestic violence cases where women were beat, and the judges say that has nothing to do with them being a father. So even though it's funny, I just always have to put that out there. And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but it was this book they used to catalog. They used to have back in the day for men. I guess I found it at the post office, and it had all kinds of onesies and French stuff like Martell is wearing. And, you know, it was for the LGBTQ community. I cannot remember the name. It was like Interview with a Vampire, and they had the snap crouch between the legs, the ruffle shirts and everything. And I believe Martell got that magazine because that look where all his stuff comes from. So I just wanted to put that out there for women to really be on guard, because by the time we realize that it can actually happen, it's too late. And the majority of these cases, family hearings aren't even recorded by law. So there is no record as to what happens. So that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to jump in there and put that message out so women really don't take it for granted. And love you all. Watching every night. Still ain't caught up with that Married at First Sight or whatever, but I'm loving this one. Y'all have a great
one. Thank you for the information. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
She said a word, y'all. Pay attention and visit that site she spoke about if you're in a custody situation, or if you just want to educate yourself on these custody battles and the statistics out there. I hate when judges do that, though. It's very, very sad and depressing to take good mothers and, you know, strip them of their parental rights. It's just wrong to do that, you know, just wrong.
I think it just depends on where you live, because you know, I'm licensed in Mississippi and Louisiana, and it is like pulling teeth for, you know, them to not give custody to a mother. There's kind of an automatic presumption almost that a child should be with their mother. So you have to produce a lot of evidence to overcome that as a man. I'm not saying it never happens. I'm just saying it's definitely not often, and he already has so much stacked against him with the adultery and the outside child. Like, it's the totality of the circumstances. She's not losing custody because he's alleging that she dropped the kids off with a babysitter and didn't bathe the 1-year-old for 3 days. Like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, Thomas Ravenel did just win temporary full custody of the children. But Catherine is a crackhead. I mean, she leaves cocaine out on the dresser. That was the main reason why the kids got taken away. She was doing cocaine with her new boyfriend, left it out on the dresser while the kids were running around and playing. Saint, who was 3, ran out in the street while her dad was sleeping on the couch. That's another reason why he won full custody. I mean, it's a multitude of reasons. Catherine Dennis is really a negligent mother. And then she celebrated losing her kids by going to Miami. So listen.
Yeah, you have to allege or have evidence of something like that. Not she left them with a babysitter and it didn't bathe them. Like it has to be something egregious, because the standard is joint custody. He's just wasting money at this point, because it's likely going to be joint custody. And if he keeps pushing it, he might only get visitation and not even joint custody.
LaVon,
mess around and be supervised visitation. The way he acting a
he
fool.
needs that. He needs it. Them kids are afraid of him. Those muscles and stuff, and the way he acts, he's so aggressive around the kids. Kids. What did mommy do? Kids. What did Marcus do? Kids. I was like, ooh. Anyway, LaVon, call back in. I don't know where you went, babes. I want to hear from you. Hey, Natavia, how you doing?
Hello, guys. It's Natavia. You said it right one time I was on here.
Child, I will slaughter a name. You should know that by now.
I know. It's okay. Hey, guys. I wrote a couple of notes because Martell is a mess. One thing that he did, he lied about when the kids told him about that stuff. First, he said they've been told him. They told him a while ago. And then in another sentence, he said, yeah, they just told me, because he realized that if they've been told you that, then why would you keep on letting your kids go over there if you had a problem with the uncle discipline them? And quit acting like because he disciplined them that he's abusing them. I'm not calling nobody. If some kids is at my house and they do something, they getting it. I'm not calling nobody else. I'm the adult here. This is my house. So if you don't want your kids getting disciplined over here, keep them at home. And quit cheating so your wife won't even have to be over here. And then while he talking about Mel so bad, what about your son, mama? She nasty for sleeping with a married man with no protection. All them years with no protection, and then you want her to keep on risking herself because she had 2 kids while you were sleeping with the girl. You don't know who she was sleeping with, so you nasty too. And if she was that nasty, why you want her back? And why was you with her all the time? She just got nasty if she was that nasty, and you've been so disciplined and so clean and tidy. And also, why he make it seem like the girl that was keeping the kids was so, like, she's a single mother, she has a child and she keeping my kids in the apartment? Mel is a single mother with 4, and you was a single father with 4. Well, you was single father with 5 now. So now your son can't come around you and the kids because you're a single father and what you live in a bigger house. And Letitia and them house look like a shoebox, and you had the kids over there, and it's 3 of them. Then the mama have other kids. And another thing I didn't like about him with that mama, with Miss Wanda, is you went off on her like she said something so bad about your kids, which she said was wrong. But you would take your kids over Tisha's house for her to watch them. Like, are you serious? So it wasn't about her and those kids. It was about her telling Mel that she could do better. That's all that was about.
Yeah.
And then why he didn't run up on Marcus if he thought he was over there beating on his kids? Like, he got so mad and was about to fight him because he said that the kids wanted the husband to be the daddy. Why he ain't run over there and handle him, since he was so tough when he just said some words? But he beating your kids and you going to social media and telling us like we gonna go and beat them up or discipline or lock them up. Why you ain't go to the cops or something? He's ridiculous and he needs to stop because he's making himself look horrible.
Mic drop. Yeah, you pretty much said it all, sis. Thank you. My goodness gracious. Wow. Speechless. And that's rare for this
thing on fire.
I didn't even have, if I had a lace front, it would have been back here. The whole wig just back.
I have on one and it was back there. Like, quit, leave that girl alone. Like, you done cheated on her, had a baby and stuff. Like, just leave her alone. Like, And Bishop, I love you. But I think when Martell keeps saying that Melody cheated, he's talking about when she was dating people when she broke up with him because he was cheating. He's saying that like she cheated on him because she was dating people, but they were still married. That's what he mean by cheating. Not not what he was doing is cheating by having sex with somebody in a whole full-blown relationship with somebody else and then impregnating them several times, and then some abort, some ABs, and some now she done had a baby and stuff like that. Like, and I pray for her because first of all, she's always on there talking about Mel too. So she listening to him talk about her like a dog. Girl, you next in line. This Whitney Houston and Deborah Cox. Same script, different theme. Like, come on. Like you a mess. I hope she grow up soon.
She thinks she won, sis. She thinks she won the prize.
She gonna like that prize.
They ain't know it was a Cracker Jack box.
She just watch what he is doing to her, and the way he's talking about his wife to her. Why do you even want to listen to it? Because he's on TV begging her to be with him. He was happy that he acted happy when she was pregnant and stuff like that. She acted like she was just ready to off herself, like, dang, I think I'm pregnant. So, but he was like, oh, that's a good thing. That's gonna bring us together. And she watching it, she should have been like, dude, all this mess you talk about her. But hey, she gonna have to learn the lesson, and she gonna have to learn it the hard way. And her kid is gonna suffer because he's gonna resent her, because to him he's gonna make it seem like he broke up everything that he had, and his life would have been fine if she wouldn't have had that baby, because he probably think that if he would have just kept cheating and the baby didn't come along, that Mel would have still be with him. He might have, but you took it too far, homeboy.
Well, she had to have that baby because she's had previously 2 abortions. The body.
Well, the baby should have just fell out of her by that time. I mean, you already proved that you don't have no kind of values or morals about yourself. I mean, I just don't understand why would you even be sleeping with a married man unprotected. It's bad enough you already sleeping with him. Why would you be sleeping without any birth control or something? Why would you want to have a baby with a married man? Like, why? Why would you want to do that?
I mean, it don't even smell right. I mean, literally, it smells like Mel, the meat. I mean, it's just gross. It's so disgusting. Okay, pheromones. You know what pheromones are? So if you have a wife and you're having sex with her, you pick up. Yeah, exactly. Percent her pheromones, and then you're injecting it into the peasant. That's disgusting. That is really nasty.
He must eat good coochie because he.
Well, she said that. She said that. He said that he's a master at that. He can do Olympics, okay, when it comes to that.
Because he ain't got no equipment. His equipment is small.
You got to compensate for, we already saw what he's working with. Let me pull it up on the screen.
And she probably was impressed by him. If you saw that picture,
just to remind folks what he's working with. A little dirty.
That picture had me dead.
He got little dick energy.
Somebody sent you a picture.
I was so scared. I was like, "Oh, no one can know."
I turned my camera off. I'm not finna see this.
All right.
Bishop, I was all in when she was like, somebody sent her a picture. I was like,
oh, I know she ain't putting that
I was like this.
I know she ain't putting that
I gotta go. I gotta use the bathroom. It's a bathroom break time.
I wasn't. I like to see sausages, like Manmeat, not no. Just a public service announcement. If we got some men in the chat, if you got allegedly little weenies, don't take pictures of it. We don't need to see it.
Oh my God. Some of them ain't never seen nothing bigger, so they think that it'll be something.
Be trying to be sending unsolicited D pics, and then it don't even be a good one. Like, sir.
Someone sent me one today. Someone sent me one today.
Somebody sent you a DP today?
Yeah, of a pastor who's sleeping with men and women. maybe we'll cover it. I don't know. But someone sent it to me in the DM and how he sent it to him and was like, what he gonna do with it? Just, y'all, please.
Well, you can send that to us in the group chat, but
Nobody said it best, baby. It go down in the DM.
Yeah.
See, I'm glad my DMs ain't like that. Ooh, child.
Oh, no. Latavia, thank you so much for calling in, my love. We appreciate
No problem. Bye, guys.
Please call in some more, okay? We like you.
All right. Thanks.
Hey, Lavon, my love, how are you?
I'm good. How's everybody today?
Good.
Everybody looks lovely.
You too, as usual.
Yes.
Well, first off, I'm here with you, players. Don't send me no unsolicited nothing, okay? Like, that is the biggest insult to me. Because, like, what do you expect me to do? Lose my mind and just go crazy and, like, forget my morals and forget my lessons and forget Jesus and just go to your house? Like, what is that supposed to do for me? That's like you calling me a garden tool. But that's besides the point. So I hate that too. So I'm with you in place on that. When it comes to this situation, now I don't watch this show, so I don't know these people. I'm gonna keep it quick, but I am emotional and very dramatical, so I feel completely justified in commenting on the situation. And what I have to say is that I recognize a man that is definitely broken and a little bit disturbed. What I saw was a huge ego. You know, the way that he spoke to those kids and had those kids respond was something that was very recognizable, even in my own family. This whole, yes, sir. Did you pray? Oh, yes. Who feeds you? Daddy does. You know, like, come on now. Like, I've seen that before. And if you have to do that, it probably means that's not true. Another caller, I think the caller before, what she said was, if you was really about that life, why you ain't roll up on this person who allegedly hit your kids? Why are you running to social media and making a social media big deal about it? That would never happen if you were a real man. You wouldn't have to run to Facebook, to Instagram, to YouTube, wherever. If someone hit your kids, that's it. You go to their house and you address it. There should be no social media about it. There should be no conversation about it. And the fact that you are trying to put these kids on blast shows that you are using this as some sort of clout. I don't know if it was just me, but he seemed like he was smiling a little bit as he was doing this. It didn't seem like he was really that angry. It definitely seemed like a performance. He had this like little sort of like smirk. You know, if he cared so much about his kids, you know, he immediately jumped out the car when he realized, oh, I'm gonna get dragged if I say this in front of my kids. But then he left the kids in the car to go out there and then drag their mother. One thing that you could never do, as one of the other callers said, is you can never drag the mother. My mother had me very, very young. And the thing is, she was a great mother, got me through college, got my little sister through college and everything. I remember every single thing that happened when I grew up with my mother, including the people who disrespected her. And guess what? You will never be forgiven, especially when you disrespect them on that level, when you manipulate the kids to say this against my mom. A kid is impressionable. They're going to say whatever you want to say, but that kid is going to grow up and look at you and be ashamed. And you should be ashamed for even involving them in the first place. When there's so much ego, there's no room for anything else but your ego, and it's not going to work in court. You see where what was his name, Wiz Khalifa tried to do with Amber Rose, where he was fighting for that. He was taking pictures. Oh, look, dogs are pooping outside of the house. It's outside. You're grasping at straws. Come on, man. At this point, you're making yourself look ridiculous, and the kids are going to remember this. So as my last point, I just want to say, do not do, if he is listening, which I hope he is, do not do a disservice to your children, because they will remember it. You may think that they won't, but they will, and you look like the bad guy. So rethink this and repent. That's all.
Yeah, well, it's well said. Well said. You know, a lot of us that have gone through this, we know the signs, we see it. And I feel so bad. And let me tell you, it's lifelong memories. These kids will never forget it, and they will resent him. And it's sad. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is sad. Levon, my love, you always keep it real with us, and you look fabulous. You look really well groomed. You look good.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I was making some chicken before. That's why I closed out. Came back.
What kind of chicken? What kind of chicken?
Fried chicken.
Did you season it in the sink?
Whatever.
All right, my love. Go enjoy your chicken. Okay. All right. Hey, princess.
Hey.
Hey.
Good evening, my
Joanne
loves.
Savage. Thank you so much for the super chat. Martell,
You in the
dirty street meat and endless shrimp.
Oh my God.
Don't shrimp.
Let me shut
Not
up.
the shrimp. You took a picture of the shrimp too. Princess. Hey, my love.
Rolling in the car.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't have to pull over. I'm not driving.
Hey, friend. Hey, young man.
Young man on the line.
Hey, boo.
She grinning from ear to ear. I see all 32 teeth.
She been hanging with him all day. I seen
They all fool online in the street.
Monica done put me on blast.
I'm finna get in your business because you said you had a date last night. So, was this the carrot over? Was he in your refrigerator drinking, making breakfast and drinking juice like Melvin?
Look, did he make your soul glow?
He was in that kitchen like Melvin. Them kids ain't even want to come get breakfast.
You see all 32 teeth.
Shut up.
You want some Kool-Aid?
He drank all the Kool-Aid. Ain't no more Kool-Aid left. Princess, my love, what are your thoughts on Dirty D. Martell and his latest stunt?
Marshall need his ass beat. Okay. Just period. All those shenanigans was terrible. I think little Martell got more sense than all these grown folks out here because he's the one that's more vocal and say, my daddy don't treat my mama right. I know my mama's uptight after my daddy get through abusing her, and it's sad. I have been a victim of this type of abuse where we going back and forth and the disparagement of the baby mama because she didn't do what I wanted her to do. At the end of the day, it's embarrassing to the children, and it does. Y'all stop.
We've never seen you like this, girl. Listen, the dimple came out.
All 32 teeth is out today.
Because y'all embarrassing me. I can't think straight. It's embarrassing to the children. Disparaging her made him look even smaller as a man. It pissed me off because he went on this whole campaign on the show to say, "Well, she put it on social media. She was sitting up here talking about me real bad and all this on social media." So if he didn't want his business out in the street, what was the purpose of making that video to put their business out in the street? And if they're going to put their business out on the street, I think, why get the kids involved? Kids know how to answer questions at that age based on what you tell them. Okay. Was Mariah's 9, so that means Martell is like 8 or 7. Those were practice speeches because us as older parents know how to practice a damn speech with our kids. Now, when I ask you this, you better say this and you bet not say that. And I'm finna ask you this. Answer is yes, your answer is no. So I believe that he coerced the kids into saying certain things, or he made the questions infallible so the kids would answer them in a certain way. And it's wrong. Even the uncle, all of them should stop this. It's bad enough that you're on TV, but then you're going to bring the kids into the social media world. They have phones and other kids know. They be like, they do know. Your daddy was slept on your mama and you got another baby brother. They know how to do that, and they're cruel these days, and they'll use everything against your kids. And then the first thing he going to want to do is go to the school and beat up somebody's child because he the same height as them. You know, it's gonna be messy. I think he just needs to leave. Uh, you, leave the girl alone. Leave Melody alone. And if they're going to do this amicably, all these people, even Uncle Marcus, all of them need to grow up, get their stuff together, and stop doing this. It is evidence. And I don't know why he doesn't see this. Everything on the show is evidence. Everything on social media is evidence when it comes to court. People ask you to videotape it, print it out, anything, and bring it into court. It's admissible. At least here in Chicago it is. So, it's just terrible. And again, he needs his ass beat and he needs to get him a life.
I agree with that. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. No, you're right. Everything you said was on point. He really needs to get a life and stop using these children as pawns. It's disgusting. It really is. Oh my goodness, girl. I want you to enjoy your evening.
Love y'all.
Love you
Turn off
too.
the light.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right now.
Y'all be safe now. You hear?
We don't want to see nothing online though. We got a show we're still doing.
Listen, the smile this man puts on your face, Princess. I've never seen all 32 teeth like that. Now.
Right.
Okay.
Y'all don't know. See, y'all don't know on the side. See, I be knowing. Yeah, I be knowing.
The Kodak
But y'all
smile.
have fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be
All
safe
right,
in
my
the
love. You
Chicago
gonna have a
show.
good evening. Y'all be safe.
I love y'all.
Love you too. Bye.
All right.
Hey, LL, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Y'all funny. Y'all funny. Y'all don't messy friends watching your friend have a date over in the booth. And you like, girl, oh, he just pulled out her chair. Oh, he got flowers. All right, I ain't gonna turn around. I ain't gonna turn around. Nah.
You are so funny. Oh my goodness.
What's up with Marsha?
Girl, you tell us, all right? What's the tea? What is up with Marsha? Tell us.
I don't know because I'm kind of getting scared for Mel because I'm like, girl, your name stay in his mouth. You live in his head rent free in the penthouse.
Mm-hmm.
And every episode is Mel's fault this, Mel's fault that. Baby, Mel don't be mentioning you like that. Are you watching this season? She'll put arguments out there. You the one who had to sit up there and tell your mama you got somebody else pregnant. And I'm just saying, you over here looking like a fool. Over here trying to carouse everybody to your side.
Mm-hmm. And it's not stopping. It just keeps getting worse every day. Now he's involving the children. And then people get mad at us. Well, don't talk about the children. But listen, the parents are doing it. They got them on the show, on social media. We're just here to report on it. That's all. And give commentary on it.
I just found what the questions, because I watched the video earlier on Instagram. I'm like, so you prepared your children to answer this.
Mm-hmm.
You prepared them to say that Uncle Marcus hit them. Now, as anybody, I can't. I'm not gonna say the kids are lying, and it did seem a bit forced. I will say that, and I've seen parents do that. But what I can also say is too, when you say that Uncle Marcus hit me, did Uncle Marcus tap you with a ruler, or did he tap your hand? Because hit can mean a lot of things, and what you're trying to do, unfortunately, is to make Mel look like a bad mother and now say the baby's pampers weren't changed and all that. And I'm like, well, the baby hadn't been washed in 3 days. That baby gonna have a mean diaper rash and would have an infection. Because all babies do is sit in their urine and all that. That stuff, like, honey, I need you to have a little bit more sense. Your mistress is a nurse. She should be able to tell you if that happened with a kid, that baby, your daughter will went to the hospital. And that's something that any physician, anybody working in emergency care would see, because they see it all the time with the elderly. for those people who have, you know, dementia, who can't speak, or Alzheimer's. They see it all the time. That's how they know. That's one of the ways they know people are being abused by their caretakers. So, Marsha, I need you to have a little bit more sense with your lies, baby. Make the lie make sense. It's not believable. I don't need people to just be a little bit objective here, because I ain't completely on Mel's side. But I'm like, look, girl, you about like out of 1 out of 5, you number 4. He's 5, but you 4. So you just like 2 feet from the ground, but you ain't that much better.
You said that you don't give Mel a pass. What is it about Mel that you're not on board with?
Well, I say that is because Mel was one of the first people to bring the kids on the show and to do that interview about, you know, how the kids feel about the relationship and stuff. I felt that was kind of
okay.
I kind of felt like she was using the kids a little bit. Yeah, that I don't feel like that scene was in protection of the children. Now, granted, they are of age and going to school where they got iPhones and stuff, so everybody can look this up and talk about them. But I'm like, girl, you already on this TV show. Let's not completely put them out there, because that's a clip. It's a clip on YouTube right now that their classmates can play in class. You giving bullies ammunition to come at your kids. That's all. That's how I feel about it. Because kids are ruthless. They've always been ruthless. Now they got the technology to make it worse.
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way. That's a good point. Comment in the chat. What are your thoughts on Mel? She was the first person to bring the children on TV publicly to discuss the divorce and who they want to live with. Did you agree with that? Did you disagree? Comment in the chat. Let us know.
I agree with LL about that, because she the one that brought up the indiscretions on the first episode of the show. So it's like, ma'am, you brought this to the show. Like, I understand, you know, people cheat. You know, like most reality stars, they already know their husband cheating and whatnot. What end up happening is you find in the tabloid or you know, someone say something, but it's never really on show until like the next season or something. But she brought it on the first episode, like, what do y'all think about a dude who just don't care and just run around? Like, and people at the dinner table was like, what?
She talking about her husband. Yeah, she talking about her husband. So that's why I say, like, don't get me wrong. Like, Mel to me has matured a lot, and you can tell that she's willing to let go. So I've enjoyed her this season. But I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna forget what happened in the past now, because to me it reminds me a lot of, for instance, Real Atlanta right now with Drew Sidora. Girl, you know your man controlling and cheating. You know you about to up and leave, and that's why you got on the show. Mel did the same thing with Huntsville starting the show, because she was getting ready to up and leave Martell. What expedited her out the door was this baby.
Yeah.
Because I felt like, first of all, if Mel hadn't gotten pregnant last season, she would have been gone.
Oh yeah.
She may have put in like a couple more years, but she was gonna leave.
Oh yeah.
Ariane getting pregnant.
Yeah,
was like, all right.
I think differently, especially about the cheating stuff. What grown people choose to bring to television is what grown people choose to bring to television. Martell knew that's the whole basis of the show. Let's be honest. Without them and their drama, we would not be watching this show from jump. It's called Love and Marriage Huntsville, not Love and Construction. So didn't nobody sign on?
I'm mad at you.
Nobody signed. Seriously though, nobody signed on to see about their businesses, and I mean, but that's part of the marriage, right? So yes, we want to see the businesses, but yeah, we also want to see what I like to see. I think as a single woman is a realistic view of what marriage looks like, and unfortunately, like people try to romanticize marriage, but unfortunately, this is some people's realities. Like a lot of. Unfortunately, like people get married, they cheat, they stay for lots of reasons, for money, to keep the children happy, for image. We can't have no divorce, even though y'all living in separate rooms already, whatever. But I do think I can see where people would look at the scene with the children, even though it wasn't Melody directly questioning them. It was I think that lady might actually be like a pastor or some type of child therapist or something, because she was very gentle and very organic with the way. That's how a child therapist would question children. But I can see how some people would think that was somewhat exploitative. of the
I don't think it
children.
should have been on TV. I think Mel did the right thing by having them talk to someone. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing her for that because you need to get an idea where the children's heads are right now. Like what's happening. Because at the end of the day, now you don't know what your husband's doing with them kids. Because from what we see on Instagram, he's doing nothing but spitting venom at Mel the whole time. You can't pay me $1 to think he's not doing that with the kids around. You cannot pay me to do that. I don't
Is
believe
he
it.
doing all of this though because he is mad at Mel for bringing the kids on and having that scene? Is this retaliation maybe?
No, he's mad that she left, and he's trying to strip her of everything. Just like when he said he wanted full custody. Boy, you can't even handle them in the house. You giving your baby ice cream for breakfast. You ice cream man, Mr. Ice Cream Man, like the 90s.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And Tisha lightweight told on him last week, right? I mean, we have to stop acting like, I mean, it's a two-person job for a reason. Any one parent will need a break or will have to go on a business trip or something where they won't have the children 24 hours a day. So, Tisha already said, oh yeah, girl, he dropped the kids off over here all the time. Even if he gets full custody, he gonna have his mama or Ariane or whatever new woman raising them children. He's not going to do it 24/7 because he can't. Like that's not physically possible.
And he don't want to. It's just I want to dig at her, make her mad, piss her off, and that's all. That's all it is. He don't want them damn kids. I mean, no man want kids like unless he really know that the mother is really severely unfit, and he has been the parent throughout the relationship, and he's been more hands on than the mother. Then that's a whole different situation. Man, Martell needs to sit his ass down somewhere.
Yeah. LL, thank you so much for calling in, my love. And you stay warm there in Canada, okay?
Yes.
Oh, I'm good. We finally got some semblance of normal weather. It's plus 16 here.
Whoa.
16 degrees. I'm
like
so
almost
warm.
Summertime, yeah.
Girl,
We
ready
finna
to
be 80 tomorrow.
Yeah. Don't bust out the bikini now, okay? Take it easy. You have a good night, my love.
You too.
Bye. Listen, I was so tickled by this comment. I had to keep it up. So Cassia is responding to someone in the chat, but she says he spoke to a barking dog as though they were in a full-blown conversation. That's top-notch narcissism. That's funny. Yeah.
That's his people. That's his people.
That's part K9.
He's like, good morning. Oh, that's just the dogs over there. That's not for that.
And you know what's so funny? I thought somebody was walking the dogs, and that's why he said that. Hey, good morning. I'm thinking that somebody walking the dog. And he said, "Oh, this is a dog."
Okay. Them dogs were somewhere in fenced in, and he like, "Hey, y'all, good morning to you too."
His friends. Oh my goodness, y'all. Nita Lynn Frazier, thank you so much for the super chat. She says it's called child abuse mentally. He is scaring them for life, scarring them for life is what I think, or maybe scaring, she means. He is a beaten man and don't know which way to turn. Mel has went on with her life. Yeah. His behavior is just, he did say on the show, he's close to rock bottom. What does that really even mean, though? Financially, spiritually, emotionally?
Everything.
I think he's possessed by demonic spirit or something. He's acting very, very, I don't know, just out of body like, just weird. Reality Go Live. Thank you so much for the super chat. I have to call in one day, but Tish and Martell both have a brain filled with pebbles. If they shake their head, we will hear it. He wants Mel to pay for leaving him for something he did. Straight narc. Yeah, he's a narcissist. Sad. He's really, really sad. Leslie Ann Kennedy. He's a lemonhead. Okay, we said that. Matt H. Thank you so much for the super chat. Melody is too damn smart. I see her paying for a house full of staff before I see her allowing her kids to go without. Yeah, it's true. Hey, PC.
Ooh, ganja burn.
Sorry.
Hey.
How you doing?
First, I'm gonna go off topic because I really want to say, when I was telling you all my horror story. I did see the comments and stuff, and I was corrected when I stated that, because I didn't say anything, the other girl was attacked and stuff like that, and people corrected me and said it wasn't my fault. That lifted an unknown weight off me that I didn't know I was carrying. So thank you all. I love this family and how we are together. You know what I'm saying?
So sweet.
So thank you all.
Much love to you, sister.
Hugs and kisses.
Right? So back on topic. What was up with his shirt? Like, it had a line across here. I'm like, are you wearing a bra?
It was too tight, sis. It was now, sis. You know, when we wear the skirts too tight, they ride up. It was riding up.
Now, Marceau told us. Y'all remember Marceau said it. He say, Martell, take any opportunity to wear some tight clothes.
Yep.
He did say that, didn't he? Yeah.
And when he was talking about good morning to the dogs and stuff like that, I'm just like, them dogs, no, they're not like, what's up, dog? They're like, bye, bitch.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I was so pissed when he got in the car with the kids and he's like talking all this mad shit about, the mom, and it's like, what are you doing? I've been in both situations. Like, my parents are divorced and there was no bad mouthing each other and stuff like that. My dad actually told me himself what he did wrong in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And as far as my daughter, I have a sperm donor, so I didn't speak ill of him. Not being around, not trying to make an effort to see her, showed her who he is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't have to put in any work to reveal what type of person the other person is and stuff. Kids are smart. They're gonna figure it out themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't don't belittle that brain. That brain is smart. And he's not very smart, so I think they got most of their brains from Mel. But no, I wasn't here for it. I wasn't here for his thirsty trap and shit, like thirst trap and stuff. Like, no. But it's not much to say about him. He's just dumb as hell. And I just pray for the children, that they grow up, they grow strong in their individuality and can stand up to him when the time is right. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dad, you wasn't right for this, that, and the other. And just hold her own. Don't be afraid to defend yourself because you were disrespected. Because this is disrespecting the children. To disrespect their mom is to disrespect the children. And a lot of adults don't know that that children are people, and therefore, as a person, they can be disrespected. So, but I'm glad to see y'all today, and that's all I had to say.
Sis, thank you so much for being so supportive, so kind, so loving, and so open with us. Because, while we are a family, it's hard to share your personal experiences. It takes a lot. And I'm glad that you were released from that pain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't even know I had it until I read the comment. I was just like, oh.
Wow. Look at that. Look at God.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Right time, right place, right time, everything. Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Keep shining beautiful. Okay. You
all
have
right,
a wonderful evening. Love you too.
All right.
She's so nice. She's so supportive too. Koja Malik, thank you so much for the super chat. Martell has been planning this for a minute. The fishing trips, cooking turkey burgers, etc. Parallel parenting will be required, not co-parenting. Well, what's the difference between parallel parenting and co-parenting? Does anybody know? No. Famika Capricorn, thank you so much for the super chat. If Mel and Martell don't get a mediator, they could both lose custody of their kids. Martell is mentally and emotionally abusing the kids by his actions. Do y'all think he is? Comment in the chat. I do. I don't know about physically, but emotionally for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Denise Lemons, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate and love you. Thank you. Marcella, thank you. Ariane better watch what he does to Mel. He will do the same to her. Marcella is vindictive. He will guard his money. He will punish her for not being Mel. Well, I mean, she was dumb enough to sleep with him in the first place. So she don't care. I mean, she hates Mel too. She talks about Mel like a dog. She hates Mel.
He wasn't that bright anyway.
She's trash.
She
She's
hates
trash
Mel.
like him.
She really hates Mel. She and I would talk all the time like girlfriends, right? And she would say stuff like Mel is boring and she's corny and she's a bird and she's this and she's that. And Martell don't love her. She never said Martell loves her, Ariane, but she would always say Martell didn't love Mel. And then he would talk about her hair and he would do this. Girl, the same things he did to Mel and the same way he spoke about Mel with you, he will speak about you with someone else. I mean, it's common sense, right? Isn't that what they all do?
He already does it on national television.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, she's a peasant. It's embarrassing. And calling their baby a mistake. A mistake. That poor little baby, innocent in the world and hated. Ew. Bringing a child into the world under these circumstances is just so hard. And for the child's sake, I hope Martell is in that child's life and is a father figure to the boy. He's a son. God bless them all, y'all. Okay, this is a heavy topic tonight.
You got to pray for them children because, as far as the side piece, I don't feel nothing for her.
Yeah.
Because she knew what type of man he was.
I feel sorry for her. She's just lost. She's hurt. She's broken. And there's something very empty in her that would make her even want to be with a married man. Who wants to play second fiddle to anybody? Like SZA says, I need the D more than 3 days, baby. I need it, She said that, right? Didn't she say that? Yeah, in her song. I need it, every night. Okay, I want you in my bed every night. That's not even selfish or stingy. But if you're my man, you're my man. Right? What kind of D is 2 days? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Is this a different song than Weekend?
Yeah, Weekend was different.
But didn't she say what kind of D is 2 days?
I think she says I need at least about 4 of them.
Yeah, but she said what kind of D is 2 days? Like 2 days alone. Like she was only getting it 2 days.
Only on the weekend.
Y'all look it up because I know I ain't crazy. I be getting them song lyrics wrong. My kids laugh at me, but I'm pretty sure because that's my favorite part of the song. She did say
she does say I need about, but then she goes back to saying, I'll just keep them satisfied on the weekend. So
yeah, she says a part in the song. She says, I mean, what kind of D is 2 days? I'm gonna look that up because y'all looking.
Yeah, I got it. It says
she does say you like him 9 to 5 on the weekend. Make him lose his mind every weekend. You take Wednesday, Thursday, then send him just my way. Think I got it covered for the weekend. Yeah. So.
But what part in the song does she say what kind of D is 2 days?
Yeah, that's what it's the next one. She says I need me at least about 4 of them. She says, I'm saying what kind of deal? Just 2 days. I need me at least about 4 of them, more of them.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. She's only getting on the weekends 2 days. And what?
Well, that particular man, she said 4 of them.
Oh.
She could be a side piece to 4 different guys.
Oh, no, she's saying she needs more days. No, she's saying she needs more days. I think that's the progression of the song. I think like in the first couple of verses, she's cool with being the weekend. But yeah, in the next verse, she definitely says, I gotta say I'm in the mood for a little bit more of that. I mean, I'm saying, what kind of deal? Just 2 days? I need me at least about 4 of them, more of them,
Yeah.
more you
That's,
on me
that's
on
my
us.
favorite
Yeah.
part of the song. I mean, I do get songs wrong.
Oh yeah, this is it. It's a side chick that is ready to move out of the main chick, because then it goes on to say,
Mhm.
Monday I'll be at your door, ready to take her place,
Ooh.
ready to give you what you've been missing on weekdays, what you've been waiting for. 10:30, no later than drop them draws. I know what you want.
Right. You
Yeah.
see that song will have these side chicks
She
heading
want to move up in the world.
Yeah. And some side chicks do move into the main chick's role, but it
She
depends
still
on the
gets tea,
man.
though.
It
She still
depends
gets
on the
tea, though.
man, you know. I don't even know,
There's
child.
a reason you're a side chick. You're not
Yeah.
adequate enough. That's why you're a
That's
side chick.
not always true.
I know. I've seen some
I-
situations where the side chick moves into the main
They
chick.
move
They
up, yeah.
get married. They move
They
like
move up.
Bishop said, they move up and they
Mhm.
get married and they're happy. But I don't know, child.
That's if she play her
Ain't no
position
tomorrow.
correctly.
Right.
If
Yeah.
she don't play it right and she play it messy, then she'll always stay there forever.
Teach them something, Bishop.
I'm trying to teach y'all some shoot.
Well, and I will say, like we talked about this on the Candy Riley thing, like I am a whatever Ariana's baby is, and my parents had a 19-year affair.
Oh, wow.
So,
Oh wow.
That's a long time.
5 years before I was born, and then up until I was 14, and
Wow.
just from watching my daddy and talking to him, I think very differently about male female relationships. For me, cheating is wrong. I'm not gonna. It's a deal breaker, but like when it gets to Martell's level, on a business trip, and I don't know about it, whatever. But a whole nother family across town that gets a little different. Not saying you should ever do it, but I will say that forever's a long time. And again, I don't think people look at life, love, marriage, relationships realistically. To marry somebody at 25, however old they were when they got married, and say, I'm with you forever and nothing is ever going to happen outside of this. It is the right way. That's how God wants us to be. But people are human, and so that's why I said earlier, if Martell does not do right by this child, I will totally lose respect for him, because at the end of the day, mistake or not, it's his. He did it. He has to own up to it and accept it. And the other men that he keep trying to put on blast, like the man that is his business partner, and he was like, what about you and your marriage? Other men won't respect him either. Because the men who are men take care of their children regardless. In my little small town, I grew up being so self-conscious and shamed, honestly, when I got old enough to understand what my mother and father were. It's not something that I'm proud of, but I mean, it is what it is. And I'll never forget, like, especially on Facebook, when Siblings Day comes around, I'm like, well, half of Natchez is outside children. Y'all have made me feel like I'm the one weird and out of place. Almost everybody's daddy in this town had another child, another woman, another whatever. And so definitely back in the deep South, I mean, it's normal. And that is why Martell is so shook. He really did think, like, he hasn't realized that times have changed. Melody herself is somewhat in the same situation, was raised into some of the same situation. So I think he really thinks she's not going to leave, because so many women don't, especially when they have a lot of children. I have 6 sisters and brothers from my father, in his marriage, and his wife didn't leave. It just was what it was. And I'm not saying that should be it. I always say my I guess stepmother, I don't like those types of words, but his wife was way better than I ever could have been, because I would have left. But she didn't. But love and relationships are very layered. You shouldn't. But I think once people get involved, it is easier said than done to detach. I think for me, the pride with Ariane, I personally could not take somebody going on national TV denying me and calling me names. That would definitely be a straw. I don't see how she allowed herself to give herself to him intimately after that level of humiliation. That's where I feel like she really is, some self-esteem issues are going on there, or she herself is super competitive like Martell and thinks somehow that this baby is going to make her a winner. But as somebody who grew up like that, I will say it's hard. You do a disservice to your child, and I want all adults out there, if y'all are listening and you're involved in these types of relationships, like reality TV is reality TV, but take it as a learning experience. Like learn from these people on what you should and shouldn't do. When you bring innocent children into a situation, that boy will constantly be wondering why his other children are better than him. Constantly. Something I always wondered. Like, and it wasn't necessarily real, but it was my perception. My dad was around a lot, but he went back to his house at the end of the day. So it made it feel like those children over there were better than me, were something other than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. But I always say don't, blame the innocent child. The child didn't do anything. I can understand if Melody doesn't like going and embrace the child. That's one thing. But don't disparage the child. Don't get out here doing like what Wendy Williams is doing. Just let it go. Leave the man. Let him go. He gonna have all kind of child support between you and her. It is what it is. But hearing it from a man's perspective, like I said, some people it's just my dad is older. His dad had a lot of outside children. I think it was definitely a generational curse, I should say. I ain't gonna say it's in his blood, but I will say I think he was destined to repeat the same types of patterns because how he was raised, as long as I provide, I'm good. If I provide, what I do over here in my spare time ain't got nothing to do with you. I provide, I protect my household, I raise my children over here, but I also like a little diversity. And before my mother, it was somebody else. After my mother, it was somebody else. He was just the type of man that was never going to be faithful. Just wasn't. So some people are just like that. And I think you can love two people, not the same, but I don't think that means anybody is less. I just think, like they say, the 80-20 rule, whatever you're not getting at home, you find it over here. So your connection with this person is different than your connection with your wife. It's not right, but I mean, that's just reality.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
Jazzy Cuteness, I just want to thank you for the super chat. He is so evil for trying to turn them kids against their family and their own mother. I can't stand him with his gaslighting. Yeah, I agree. Also wanted to acknowledge, I'm just saying, if he was such a good dad, he wouldn't have put them through this BS. Chama in the chat. Yeah, right? Because that's part of being a dad, being faithful to your family, protecting your family. What he did, it destroyed the family, and they're so young and so fragile. Steph Murray, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't even watch this show, but this panel is the best and most informative on YouTube. Wow, that's pretty big. Thank you. Thank you. Love the tea. Love you too, Steph. Appreciate you. I love hot tea. How disgusting is Martell to use his kids to get back at his wife? Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Famika Capricorn. Hi, Monica in chat. While listening to Martell make Melody look neglectful, tell me why he left those kids alone with the baby in the SUV, even if it were for a few minutes. The baby was choking too. The baby was choking or throwing up or something was happening to the baby. He's like, oh, it's no big deal. Don't worry about it. Okay. Beautifully animated. Thank you so much for the super chat. What's up with that line going across the inside of his shirt? Is Marsha wearing a bra? This ninja talking ish with the kids. What the F? I could punch Marsha. And them kids ain't dirty. It's lies. All right, y'all. Let's wrap things up. Oh my goodness, this was a deep one tonight again. Schoolboy, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube at school_boy. You can find me on Twitter at school_boy. And you can find me on Instagram at school_boy_2021. And I did not even realize somebody saw me last weekend and was like, yo, that's Schoolboy. Didn't know it. In my DMs. Do I need security? Do I need to get security now? Seeing me in public. I had somebody kid in my DMs tell me, hey, we used to work at Walmart together.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool. Yeah, that's really cool. Ples, where can they find you?
You're going to find me in these streets with my mask on, so hopefully you never know it's me. No, I'm just kidding. You can find me over on Instagram at scared_of_beautiful and here on YouTube at scared of beautiful, just spaces, no periods.
And Bishop, where can they find you?
You can find me here on YouTube, getting your mind right,
Mhm.
at the Bishop with 2 E's, and also on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me at Bishop Red Pill.
All right. And you guys can find me here on YouTube where I reside. Subscribe to the channel down below. And if you already subscribed to the channel, bang that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the piping hot tea that we serve on this channel. Teacups, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you. I especially appreciate everyone having an open mind to the topic, and actually giving it a chance and to listen and share commentary with us. Mods, thank you so much for holding down the chat. We love you. We love all the teacups. Everyone that sent in a super chat or a cash app, thank you. We appreciate you for helping us keep the lights on. I want y'all to stay safe and be blessed. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, spilling more tea. So please join us. Bye. Bye, everyone.